Hello. Well, it's time for another Weight Watchers Weekly Weigh-In. But before I give you my results for this week, I felt like I needed to do the topic first for this video because it sort of explains what the outcome of my weight was for this week. Last weekend, as I was making the video to post for last weekend, I was determined to put a positive, encouraging spin on that video. In spite of the fact that I was not feeling very positive. As a matter of fact, I was feeling pretty negative last weekend, but I was determined to have a good video for when I took my knee brace off. And so that's what I did. I decided before I ever started videoing that I was not going to share what had happened to me earlier that week before I could take the knee brace off. So now this video explains that. Last Tuesday, a week ago Tuesday, I went to a new doctor that is going to be in my future now. They will be handling an aspect of my life that I thought I had handled pretty good. But I found out a week ago Tuesday that no, things had progressed. So much so that I debated last weekend about changing my YouTube channel name and leaving off the last word. Because you see, my channel name is Meema McLiving Healthy. And I don't feel very healthy anymore because of some of the information that I got last week. But, as you will see, as the weekend progressed, I came to an understanding. Because I found myself last weekend, not once, twice, but 3 times on a binge. On a severe binge that I struggled to get out of. So many times in my past overweight life, I used to think that I binged because I was punishing myself. And I still feel like that was some of the case. But last weekend wasn't that way. I was not punishing myself. And so after going through those 3 binges on Sunday afternoon, I sat myself down and decided to evaluate what I was going through, why I was binging so much. And then it came to me. I had learned last Tuesday that my osteoporosis, which I've shared with y'all before, that I have osteoporosis. If you've ever seen a video of me, full body video like my anniversary video from a couple of weeks ago, you know that I have a curvature in my spine. I mean, it's obvious that I do. I've been on medication for it for 18 years, been going to have bone density scans every 2 to 5 years, depending on the world circumstances, and things had been looking up. I was getting good results from my bone density test. And when I walked into this new doctor's office a week ago Tuesday and they saw me in that knee brace, of course, I don't want to say they jumped to conclusions, but in a way I think they did, because they looked over all of my information that I had filled out. And they said, well, I think that it's not just a break in your kneecap. I think possibly you have had another fracture in your back, because I have back pain. I just thought that was from getting old or because I knew that I had osteoporosis, osteoarthritis. So I thought that was part of my lot in life, was to have back pain. So, I'm trying to make a long story short. I've already blown that aspect. But anyway, after all was said and done, there is a possible fracture in my back. Now, They use that operative word, possible. And I'm going to rely on that the initial x-ray was not accurate because I have not had a fall in over 8 years that I think could have maybe caused a fracture in my back. I mean, I did fall about 8 years ago and landed hard on our tile floor on my backside and was in quite a bit of discomfort for about a month that I guess it could have been a slight fracture to my back. I don't know. But I don't think that it was. I believe I would have gone and had it x-rayed if it had been that bad. Anyway, so now they have taken me off the medication that I've been on for 18 years, and they're going to try something else to try to slow down the progression of my osteoporosis. Well, after all of that happened, the very next day, I got to take the brace off. So I was excited. I was elated that I was no longer going to have to wear that leg brace. But I found myself not in a good mood. You would have thought that I would have been so happy that I could have gotten over anything and would not have binged like I did last weekend. But that wasn't the case. So after my evaluation, I came up with what I know was the answer. I was depressed. I was depressed that over all these years I had tried to slow down the progression of my osteoporosis and found out in one doctor's visit that it had not worked and that I was going to have to go down a different road than what I had hoped I was going to go down. And I'll tell you this, the evaluation was good for me. Even though it was a harsh reality, it made me get through it. I was determined then to stop the binging because I knew Monday was about to happen. I evaluated what I'd been doing Sunday afternoon, and I knew within 12 hours I was going to have to get on the scale. And it wasn't a pretty picture when I got on the scale Monday. But I was already determined to stop that depression, to stop feeling sorry for myself, and to move on. And, you know, that's probably the best advice I can give you this week. That's why I'm making the video today. If I had made it last week, in the middle of it, it would have not been an encouraging video. But I can be encouraging today because I'm encouraged. I'm looking at it now that this is a new avenue and my back is going to get better and my knee is going to get better and whatever else I have wrong with my joints and my hips and my bones are going to get better instead of getting worse. So that's my encouraging word for today, that sometimes you have to seek out a doctor. Sometimes you have to start a new avenue in life, especially when you're 68 years old like me. I have said on this YouTube channel several times that I'm only 5'3" or 5'3½". Well, they measured me last week. I've lost another inch to inch and a half. I'm only 5'2" now. So that shows more and more curvature, more and more degenerative disc disease, and so something does have to happen for me not to be like my mother and my grandmother, where they had extreme curvatures in their spines. And I don't want to be that way. I want to try to do better. And so going to this new doctor is me trying. Now, got that all out of the way. And here's the part of the video that I'm sure that you're more interested in. How was my weight this week? Well, like I said earlier, when I got on the scale Monday, which I don't share with y'all what my weigh-in is on Mondays anymore, but I was up about 4 pounds. It was the most I'd ever gained in 4 days. And it really, I mean, I knew it was going to happen. And I knew that it probably was not going to be the end all of what my weight was going to be for the week, because That's happened before where I've gained several pounds and I was able to get it under control because I stopped the way I was eating. And I knew as of Sunday afternoon that I was no longer going to be doing those binges. I was determined to get this eating under control. And I did, because when I got on the scale this past Thursday, I had gotten rid of those extra pounds. And, well, let me go back for a second and say last Thursday, on October the 12th, I weighed 125.6. Okay, Thursday, a couple of days ago, I weighed 124.6. So see, that weight on Monday was not the end-all weight. It was just a weight to show me I had to get things under control. So now I'm back in my happy weight. Am I happy? Well, because of all the circumstances that have gone on in this last 10 days, I can't say I'm happy yet. So I'm going to say I'm content. I'm content with my future. I'm not going to change my YouTube channel name for now. I am determined to be healthy again, or as healthy as God sees fit. Because I know that God is right here with me, like I've said so many times. He comforts me. He helped me to get through this depression that was facing me last weekend. That's the only way that I can ever explain it, is His strength. He gave me the courage to face what my tomorrows are going to be. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Share this with anybody that you know may be going through a lot of the same things that I am. Comment below and just take good care of yourself now. Don't wait until you're 68 years old and look back and think, what could I have done differently to keep this from happening? Until next time, God bless each and every one of you. Goodbye.